Today's work begins with another form of linear equations. No notes today, Omar? Okay. Alrighty. Somebody read this mathematical sentence to me in English. Karina. Pardon me? X is equal to 4. I would say that's about 3/4 of a correct answer. How do I say the value x in English?
X is less than 4.
No. A variable, and a variable is what? There you go. So this is really some number equal to 4. Well, you guys are smart kids. What's the only number that's equal to 4? 4, right? So let's put this on the graph. Where do my x's go? Horizontal or vertical?
Horizontal.
X's are horizontal. So I start at 0 and I have to find where x is 4. Where is that? Right or left? Why?
Because it's positive.
Because it's positive 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is where x is 4. Yes? Does everyone agree? Are there any other values on this graph where x is still 4? Negative 4 isn't 4. Is x 4 here? Isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. X is still 4. But y doesn't matter. We only need x to be 4. Because there's no y here, is there? Is that where x is 4?
Yes.
Is that where x is 4?
Yes.
Is that where x is 4? Is that? Is that? Is that? Is that?
Well, yeah, it is, because y is not negative, but negative 4. I didn't mean to, I was just listening. That's the
You're telling me that is not x equals 4.
no. That is
What direction does x's go? Left and right or up and down? X's go where? Left and right. Here is 0. Where is positive 4 going left and right? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this x is 4? Is this? 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 So what does that mean?
it's not exact, so it can't be there.
That whole line is x is 4, yes?
Yeah.
So describe that line to me.
It's a linear.
No! Describe that line to me. Use English words to describe that line to me. I am a blind man, but I was only struck blind yesterday, so I still know what things look like. Describe to me that line. Okay? It is a blue line.
That is going up and down on the floor.
A blue line going up and down. Is there another way we can say that?
Horizontal, but I like
No, vertical. A blue line going up and down.
that is horizontal.
No, a vertical line, an up and down line can't be horizontal. An up and down line is automatically vertical. You don't need to say it twice.
Okay. That is on the 4-axis of the X grid in our picture on the
You're getting warmer. A blue line going up and down through
X.
what point?
The 4.
Through the point X equals what? 4.
On the.
Does everybody understand? Could I, were I a blind man, draw this? Sure I could. If you gave me a grid with little bumps on it, could I go to the right 4?
Yeah.
Could I then draw a straight up and down line?
Yeah.
Sure I could. So is this okay?
Yes.
Everybody good? All right. So what does that tell us? If it happens once in math, how often does it happen? Always. So what does this tell us? X equals 4 gave me a vertical line through 4. You guys on this graph, draw me the line for X equals 1 and then describe it to me. Where is it?
The first X over 1.
It's
A blue.
an up and down line.
A red up and down line on the 4th, going through the 4th x-axis.
X equals 1. Going through what point? The first point where X is 1.
Why did I say 4?
I don't know, James. Probably because you don't ever write anything down. And as smart as you are, your brain isn't able to hold it all in there, which is why we write stuff down. Now, where would X equals 2 be? The same thing, but it would be through 2. Where would X equal... I don't want to use green again. Where would X equals 1.5 be? Directly between 1 and 2, but still a vertical line. So, you have now seen 4 examples. X equals 4, X equals 1, X equals 2, and X equals 1.5. Tell me the rule. Don't write it down yet, we'll write it down together. Tell me what you now can say about everything. What would you write, James? Were you writing anything down?
X would be
Okay. You think on that. Would anybody else like to try to tell me what we would write in this box? Karina.
X equals a number is always any number going through that particular number on a non-ordered variable, that particular number on the x-axis.
Yes. What kind of line? Vertical. When we have only an x variable,
That's what I was trying to say.
we graph what type of line? A vertical line through how many points on the x-axis?
1.
Through 1 point.
Just for multiple numbers.
Point on the x-axis. All right, does everybody understand? Okay. So, I've just asked you to do that. You just did that in your notes. Do it again. Graph x equals 1. Where do you go? You go to x equals 1, and what kind of line do you draw? A vertical line right through it. Why is that weird? What about this construction makes you... Karina?
Because it's x equals 1, but then there's also the entire other 4 quadrants as well.
X equals 1. Everything else is there. How did you find x equals 1? You went sideways. But what kind of line did you draw? Vertical. Do you see the problem? You use X to find the horizontal spot, but then you must draw a vertical line, because no matter what Y is, what is X going to be? X is going to be 1. What if Y was 10 billion? Then I'd be way over there, wouldn't I?
No.
But what would X be? 1, because I still only went 1 away from 0. Does everyone understand? What if Y was negative 32? Where would it be? Way down here. But what would X be? Because I still only moved 1 to the right. Everybody good? Yeah? Okay, when I have this much blank space, what do I make you do? Fill it in. Draw yourself a Cartesian plane. There's your X's, there's your Y's. Yeah? Graph for me X minus 6 equals 4. Graph that for me. Look closely at it. Look closely at what you know how to graph. Think of all the math you know, and see if you can graph that for me. Whilst I take a sip of tea. You knock yourself out, big stuff. You do whatever you need to do. Do we all know how to graph that? Okay. Does that share some characteristics with that? What characteristics do they share? There's a single X. So you know if there's a single X, it's going to be a vertical line, don't you? Okay. Now tell me what's different about this and this. You have to figure out what X is, because this doesn't tell you what X is, does it? Do we know the math to figure out what X is?
Yeah.
What math do we know?
X subtract
Plus 6. Right. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Plus 6. So X equals what? 10. Can we now graph that? I go to wherever I decide 10 is, and what kind of line do I draw? A vertical line.
Other.
Or as James puts it, nice and professional sounding, an uppy-downy line that goes horizontal. We love you, James. Class would not be the same without you. Is everyone cool? Would it matter if there were fractions and crap involved? No, we would still do the math we know how to do, wouldn't we? Right? Okay.
Are you recording?
Of course I'm recording. That's why I talked about you that much. Now, look at the next one. You guys are smart kids. You already know, and we're going to write up here, you know that X equals anything is a vertical line, yes?
Yeah.
Well, you're not stupid. What do I have here? Y. Well, if X gets me a vertical, Y equals anything must get me what kind of line? Horizontal. Without even proving it, you already know. Now, you know how to graph X equals a number, yeah? Because you got to get X by itself. Well, what do we have here? We have Y plus 1 equals 0. Can we graph that? Not as it is. What do we got to do? Minus 1, so Y equals what? Negative 1. Now can you graph that in your sleep?
Yes.
Yup. Where is Y equals negative 1? Start at 0, 0. I go down to negative 1. And what is the only value allowed? Negative 1 on which axis? The y-axis, so it must be a horizontal line through there.
Like an airplane.
What if x is 70,329,227.1? What's y? Still down 1. What if x is negative 4? What's y? Negative 1. No matter what. Everybody with me? So now, you should be able to write this out, shouldn't you? I am so lazy, and because I have a computer, I'm going to do this. Copy. Accidentally move stuff. Yeah, I didn't like that. Screw you. Guess I gotta be lazy. When we have a only a y value, we graph a horizontal line through that one point. We graph a horizontal line through that y value. So go. Draw the graph. Where do I put my line? There's only a y value, so it's what kind of line? The graph is a horizontal line through what value? The y or the x coordinate? The y coordinate, what? 3. So I go to y equals 3, and I draw my line. Can everybody do it? All right. You're smart kids. If x's get you horizontal, right? If x's get you a vertical line, and y's get you a horizontal line, what will you get if you have an x and a y? Both. What you call both horizontal and vertical. You guys have all played with an Etch-a-Sketch. One dial moves the little gray dot sideways, the other dial moves the little gray dot up and down. What's the problem with that? The only thing you can draw is stairs. Unless you do what? Turn them both. Then you get a diagonal line. Or diagonally.
Or you can draw really pretty corners.
I can draw Canada on an Etch-a-Sketch. With borders for the provinces. I'll have to practice. I spent a whole Christmas vacation practicing once because I don't like my family and I didn't want to visit with them. Alright, so you guys are smart kids. Do I have a y and an x?
Yeah.
So what's the line going to be? Diagonal, right? Now, you guys are also smart kids. What should it look like? Every equation we have should be IV math equals dV, yes? But I don't have IVs and dVs here. What do I have? X's and Y's. Which is the IV? X's. So what I really need are X's, then what? Math, then what? A Y. So I need Y by myself. Do I have Y by myself? So what do I got to do? I got to get Y by itself. Do I know how to get Y by itself? I do, because of Y. Why do I know how to get Y by itself? What unit have we already done? Algebra. So what needs to move here? The 2x. How do I get rid of a plus, an addition of 2x? Subtract 2x. Where else? From the other side. So do I end up with y equals 4 minus 2x?
Yeah.
Do I? Now, this gets super easy, doesn't it? Make my chart. X's and Y's. Does the question tell you what X's to use? It does. If the question didn't tell you, who would choose what X's to use? You would. But since you are practicing, we aren't going to make you make that type of complex decision. We're going to tell you what ones to use. You need to use -2, 0, and 2. Then you're going to tell me the Y values and graph it while I talk to these three. What? For what? Abneet needs to do math. So I'll let you make your decision, Abneet. You can go out and find out what those personal matters are and then come back and do math, or you may go take care of it. I don't care. But you need to do math. Whatever. You need to make that decision. What are the values that go here? How do you find them? X is -2. What letter is that? X. So what do I write there? -2. So 4 minus 2 times -2. What is -2 times -2? Positive 4. What is 4 minus 4?
0. 4 minus 4 is 0.
-2 times -2. Right. So it's 4 plus 4, which is 8.
You asked me a different question.
No, I didn't. I said what you guys said, even though I wrote it down properly. Green. 0. 4 minus 2 times 0. What's 2 times 0? What's 4 minus 0?
4.
So what number goes here? 4. And finally, 4 minus 2 times what? 2. What's 2 times 2?
4.
What is 4 minus 4?
With 2. 0. I can't even, sorry.
0. Do I now have points to put on my graph? What is the first point for my graph? -2, 8. How do I find that? I start at 0, 0. How do I find -2, 8?
You go to the right, left,
Left 2,
-2, you're going up by 8.
up 8. 8. What's the point here? 0, 4. So I start at the center.
Yeah, you
Do I go left or right?
no,
No, because x is 0. So where do I go? Up to
4.
4. What's this point? 2, 0. Where do I go? Right 2. Do I have to go up or down? Nope. And then what do I do? Join the points. Because this is math class, isn't it? Can I put any number in for x? Can I put 1 in? Sure. That would give me an answer. Because 4 minus 2 times 1 is 2, 4 minus 2 is 2, and it works. Everybody good? Really everybody's good? So, recap.
Okay.
X equals blah. Horizontal, vertical, or diagonal? X equals blah. Vertical. Then say uppy downy. Y minus 12 equals 27. How do you know? Because y is by itself, so it has to be horizontal. Do you know where it is without doing algebra? No. But you know it's horizontal, right? 1.5x plus 32.7 equals 17y. Horizontal, vertical, or diagonal? 1.5x plus 32.7 equals 17y. Diagonal, why? Because it's got x and y. Do you know what it will look like without doing a table? No. But could you do the table? Yes. Everybody with me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, next thing you need to know is this. Horizontal, vertical. Now, in math, we do not use the word diagonal. We use this word. Oblique. Which just means diagonal. Just cuz. Because technically diagonal means at a perfect 45-degree angle.
Oh, no.
Technically, that's what a diagonal is. It goes from corner to corner of a shape.
You're supposed to use diagonal for make two triangles or the same,
Yes.
which isn't always true because it's a triangle.
Everybody good? Okay.